All right, good evening, everyone. It is Felicia Carter with Highness Creation Designs. And right now I am getting our co-guest on here. So I'm just waiting for her to join, and then we will get started with the Spiritual Growth Podcast. So once she joins, then we will go ahead and get started. While you all are waiting for her to come on, if you could please heart this live and share this live out so that others are able to see that we are live, I would greatly appreciate that. Also, while you are here, go ahead and let me know where you're tuning in from and if you've ever been interested in tarot. We are going to be talking about tarot tonight, and some other things that she has going on. So give me just one moment. I want to go ahead and just also put a disclaimer here in the chat real quick while I'm waiting for her to join. And I'll just check and make sure she hasn't sent me a message. Okay. Let's see. Oh, all right. So my StreamYard should let me know when she joins, and then I will bring her on. Hello, 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 everyone joining. Thank you so much for taking the time out this evening to join us on a special night of Spiritual Growth Podcast. I am so excited to be here, and I'm just waiting for our guests to hop on the episode so that we can get started and talk about tarot talk. Okay, so it looks like she has just joined. Let me go ahead and pull her up.
Hi.
Hey, good evening. Hello, hello,
Good
everyone.
evening. Can you hear me
Uh,
okay?
yes, I can hear you just fine. All right, everyone. This is Salina Bone. I think I said that
Yes.
right? Okay,
Yeah, literally looks
awesome.
like bone.
Okay. All right. And she is an intuitive tarot reader, among other things, I'm sure. So
Mhm.
tonight we are going to be speaking with her. I just need to put the disclaimer up. I do want to tell everyone that tonight she is not doing readings during this live feed. So please do not ask. If you are
Right.
interested, though, I will be dropping her website down in the chat for you all. And also, if you do want to speak with her, you can private message her on her page as well so that you can ask whatever questions you need to and figure out how her reading works. Okay, so we are
Mm.
not telling you that you can't have a personal reading from her, just not
Yeah,
tonight.
you're more than welcome. Right, just right now. Okay. I should
All
say that my
right.
name is Salina. Yeah, I am a tarot reader. I channel messages using my intuition, do the preferred method of tarot and oracle. Um, my messages are usually deep. I get really personal. My whole goal is just to teach healing, clarity, really, and empowerment. So that's really why I do it. I do have my own website. I do have a YouTube channel as well, which is where I do generalized messages. So you're more than welcome to watch me on there. That would be my brief introduction of y'all. I guess I'm 27. Yeah, doing
All
this for
right.
a little bit.
Awesome. Well, I don't really ever have set questions. So how did you really get into tarot? Like, was it like part of your spiritual journey? Like, because for me, I really didn't know much about like the tarot aspect. Like I've seen people do it before,
Hmm.
um, and kind of was like, oh, I'm gonna find out what my zodiac is, but never really something that really came together before I really started my journey. I'm still learning. I'm like, it's a lot to it. So I give
It
props
is.
to
It,
you
it
though,
is. I'm
because
still
I'm
learning.
trying to learn
Uh-huh.
about it. And I'm like, it's a lot that goes into it. So when did you like
Yeah.
first really get started with channeled messages and things like that?
It happened for me in 2020. That whole great awakening that everybody kind of went through. I was having what we call this like our little dark night of the soul when it comes to religion versus spirituality. I grew up in a very religious household, Christianity to me, but the beliefs of my family was apostolic. So really strict. I felt kind of led to it. I was having inner conflict with like the teachings and me as an individual woman, personal empowerment, me feeling like I didn't really have connection with God through religion. um, I felt like I always wanted to do more. And to be honest, I had a friend. Um, I've always kind of been intuitive. I've always kind of been somebody who gave advice. Even with most of my family, I'm known as like the psychic one. And she was just saying, "Oh, you'll be really good with tarot." It was like I kept getting like small signs and things like that. But she happened to just give me a reading one day, and I kind of told her what the cards potentially meant. And then this is me not having really any background with tarot, and she had told me, "Wow, you're correct about it." So after my little scary awakening, deciding that I wanted to walk away from spirituality, not well, spirituality, religion, to learn myself spiritually, to learn about the divine feminine, to learn about personal healing. One night I took a spiritual bath, my very first one, in 2020, and it just dawned on me to find inner guidance to go play with tarot. And pretty much that's where it happened. I walked away from Christianity, decided to go on my spiritual journey, and I felt completely drawn to tarot. But I feel like I wanted to use the messages as a way to bring guidance because it's pretty much what I use it now is guidance, a way to connect to my spirit guides, to connect to my higher self. Um, and I just pretty much went with the flow. I haven't had anybody teach me. It just naturally pick up naturally. So it's pretty much
Yeah,
how I've been using Oracle and tarot cards, really.
I love it. um,
Hmm.
Question, because I noticed like some people when they're first trying to start tarot, right? I've talked to some people and they're like, "Oh, I only do it for myself." Like they're scared to go out and like even myself, I was like, "I don't know. I might just, like use my cards for myself." But like how did you first say, "Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read this person?" Like how did you feel about that?
Once I got comfortable, I used to use my sister as a guinea pig. Once I got comfortable with learning myself, like my own energy, learning my intuition, trusting. I always tell people to trust your intuition. Once I felt like I knew I was on the right path, right? Certain blockages. I literally first started with trying to heal myself with tarot or using it as guidance. Once I noticed that I started feeling better, like I said, my first spiritual bath,
Yeah.
um, and I was comfortable with trusting how I received my messages, I decided to read my sister and give her clarity with some of the cards. For example, we just use the Empress, which is known as feminine energy, divine feminine yin, but also can be seen as beauty. And I was giving a reading about the Empress card to my sister, and I was saying, "Do you know that you're beautiful?" And she started crying. She's like, "Oh, I needed to hear that, etc." It's just once I started using that, trusting, discernment, that I can give the right messages, and it just makes me happy and making other people happy. It really just started from using it with her. Then I decided to post a YouTube video. I met some people. It just came to me like literally. This is how
Yeah.
I felt like I was in alignment. Literally met somebody who was a part of a group. It was like, hey, I'm not sure if you're into tarot, but I barely knew them, and then they gave me a platform to start reading for other people. Then my YouTube channel started to grow. So this is how I felt like I was in alignment. Once I thought I was in alignment with myself first. Um, I've had people cry because of the type of messages I want to give. So I want healing, right? Because I have things to heal from. I want to give clarity. Once I felt like that's my mission, again, things happen naturally. People started gifting me tarot cards. I got
Mhm.
gifted several tarot cards. Now I got a whole bunch of them. So it's just really, I feel like when it comes to reading tarot, because people like to feel scared. Oh, it's bad or some bad luck, or you're wrong from reading yourself. You're speaking to somebody who comes from a religious background, um,
Mhm.
where we're taught to read the Bible, and we
Yes,
can't.
all of
If we
that.
have questions, we can't question it. We can't question the preacher, etc. That is all, in my personal belief. fear tactics to scare us
Mhm.
from learning who we are. We're taught, in my background, I was taught that I can't learn my own identity outside of, not trying to ruffle any feathers, with Christ, right?
Right.
Christ was the only way to God. That's what you're
Right.
taught in religion, but they're not teaching that that's from within, that we already are linked. Um, I never felt that. I felt the biggest divide for me was doing religion. But once I walked away from religion, I felt connected to even healing, getting clarity, understand that I am worthy of divine or God as I am as an individual. So a lot of that was all in 2020. That was my dark episode. I promise it was so jarring. Um, but once you learn to look out of programming and trust that the answers and everything you truly need is within. There's nothing wrong with reading tarot. Understand
Mhm.
some things are literally to make you feel like you're wrong. I don't think it's wrong for anybody to read themselves unless the intention is wrong. Now, if you're
Mhm.
doing readings in order to like, get over on people, etc.,
Right.
manipulate and things like that, but literally to for guidance, there's nothing wrong with seeking guidance. This is literally what they're for. They're for guidance. They're connected to my spirit teams, my ancestors, your ancestors. It can be a little scary, but again, like you said, the tarot universe is broad. It's broad. I mean, you can get the same card, and I can get a different interpretation. You can get a different interpretation, right? They can mean so many different things. You can get numerology out of tarot. You can get astrology out of tarot as well. Again, I'm still learning,
Yes.
but you can tell when you're in your calling because it feels right, and I feel like it does feel right for me. Tarot makes me happy. I am very passionate. I love helping people. I love healing people. I like people making people laugh too. So,
Yeah.
um,
Definitely.
which is ultimately my goal.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. It looks like we got a question. All right. So they want to know more about your spiritual bath. What was in it and how did you do it? And do you do any
Ooh, you
rituals?
nosy. um, it was a self love because I was dealing with self esteem. Again, the belief that I grew up in the household, it was very targeting of the woman. I was very patriarchal. My father was very chauvinistic. Um, so as a woman, I felt like I was unworthy, like even having my own voice, expressing myself. I wasn't even allowed to wear jeans. I had to wear skirts. I had to beg my father to wear skirts. So a lot of it was really for me to learn myself as a woman. So my first spiritual bath was kind of like a self love. I wanted to know what love felt like. I'm drawn to roses. I put roses in my bath. I put different herbs in now, and in my household, that's looked at as witchcraft.
Right.
But what's the difference from me getting baptized and me doing my own spiritual bath? I had
True.
to come back that with my father. Yeah, I had to. I really came. They came at me. They made me feel like I was like something was wrong with me. But I just felt led like to do it because I didn't feel love. So I put the roses. I had put some herbs. I even put like oranges and fruits for like fertility, abundance, things that make me feel uplifted. I put salt for cleansing and like all this pressure that I was under. I promise when I got into that water, it almost like it just broke off of me. I just started crying and crying. And then that's the day it hit me. Like years of spiritual pressure, energetic pressure gone like this. And I just really started to look at religion and really look at my father, like, what was wrong with me doing that? What did I do? Well, I said, I feel good. So should I feel bad about it? But that's really what was in it. It was literally like a love, self-love bath, things that make me feel good. I wanted to know what healing energies were. So when it comes to spiritual baths, that's what I would say. Do things like fruit, roses, salt for their spiritual purposes. Everything has spiritual purpose. Herbs have spiritual purpose. They have meaning. So when you're putting things into the bath, understand that they have a meaning behind them. That's really what you want to focus on. Again, like I said, the fruits, which is literally for abundance, really
Yeah,
fertility, things like that.
definitely. I feel like your spiritual bath can really be anything in there, right? As long as
Anything.
it's whatever your intention is for that particular
Hmm.
spiritual bath or even spiritual showers. Because I have to
Hmm.
do spiritual showers for the most part because my personal bathroom only has a shower. If I want to do a
Hmm.
bath, I have to go to my daughter's bathroom.
Hmm.
And
I've
yeah,
even I even
You
got
know.
like soap bottles and put
Mhm.
herbs in there and mix it. And then yeah, you can
Yeah,
shower with that too. Do what you gotta do,
exactly.
what you
As
can.
long as you yep, as long as you put that
Hmm.
intention behind it. So,
Yeah.
do you do anything else in conjunction, like, with your tarot, or anything like that?
As far as, because I
Like,
can pretty much read
yeah, like,
anything.
any other businesses or anything that you wanna tell people about or, like, just any projects you have going on? We wanna know
Well,
about
right
you.
now, well, right now it's really just that like being a spiritual guide. Not just I just use tarot as one of the ways to channel,
Mhm.
but I really don't need it. Everything comes from like intuition from within.
Right.
Um, really just promoting freedom. Some people just call. I've had people just call just to talk, like to conversate.
Yeah.
Oh, one girl has called me. Her that's my little therapist or whatever. um, if you need a friend to talk to, really. But it's my goal is to really be like a spiritual guide, um,
Mhm.
to teach people how to heal, how to find themselves, individuality. Again, a lot of it stems from my own story. Why about free will, self empowerment. Nobody has helped me get to where I am without, it's just me. It's been me.
Yes.
Um,
I love that because I feel like
Relationships too.
yeah, I feel like, the more that you embrace yourself and you learn more about yourself, the more that you can tell people about the things that you've
Hmm.
been through. And I feel like that helps people more than, us saying, "Okay, well, I read this book and this is what I was told." Like we're going through our
Hmm.
own personal experiences with our journeys, and we're able to share that with other people. So I love that. I feel like that's helping people more than anything else.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's definitely amazing.
Yeah, and
Wow.
you'll pick it up. If you're guided, it'll come to you, and I can honestly testify that it will come to you, right? You really don't have to go looking. It's usually what you're drawn to. Like I said, no one's taught me how to do tarot. I pick it up naturally, right?
Yes.
Spirituality, it just felt right. I'm a better person in where I am now, and be a for 2020. That's really what that is.
Sorry, I had to
Um,
remove something. We are good. All right, there we go. Now we're good now. Um, let's see. Well, if you all have any questions that you would like to ask, go ahead and drop them here in the comment section, and we will see what we can answer tonight on the live. And if you all are liking this live podcast episode tonight, please go ahead and heart and share it out so that others are able to see. And hold on. How does this say? Okay. All right. We're going to do this. There we go. All right. Yeah. We don't need that energy in here. All right. So I think it's gone. All right. Awesome. Okay. So I was wondering, right? So I know that you
mhm.
got like your tarot and stuff from, you get that from your intuition and stuff. They have all these tarot books. Do those books actually help? Like when you actually trying to
For
read tarot and learn about the cards and stuff like that, do they actually help people? Because it'll tell you things
well,
like what the card meanings are and stuff like that, but it's
mhm.
more so like it's one meaning. So you said that tarot
Right.
cards have multiple, they can mean multiple things depending on like
Yeah,
who's reading it.
you're right. It is also depending on your creativity and interpretation.
Mhm,
I say yes and no because sometimes
mhm,
you're right. They're very structured. Very. This is what this card means. This is how you're supposed to interpret it. That's the
mhm.
part I really don't like about the books. They
Okay.
give you the meaning, but then they kind of almost tell you how to interpret it. But they're good to just know the basic meaning for it, the
Mhm.
basic, um, I want to say rules for tarot. Because, how some
Yeah.
people, because I'm a free puller. So, example, if I pull one now and I like to do this, like whatever comes out,
Mhm.
the Wheel of Fortune, and I'll say, okay, we got big happy changes. I know the Wheel of Fortune could talk about destiny, right? Or karma. Some people could talk about that as well. I say changes or whatever. And then if I do this, and I get two more readings. And then we got the Four of Pentacles, and we got the Seven of Wands. Four of Pentacles, finances. The Pentacles represent Earth, right? Earth can talk about material, security and stability, protection. But if you see how she's holding this, and I can say this
Yeah.
means like somebody that's stingy, right? This can mean the saving account, right? It
Oh.
is it's interpretation. But if you look at the book itself, it's going to tell you what the Four of Pentacles talks about, literally security, stability, yada yada,
Mhm.
or health, whatever. It's good to know the
Mhm.
basic information, but then this is where your intuition comes in to interpret it. So you receive a message to have connection with yourself. But in order to have connection with intuition, one must know themselves. I say with tarot, you have to be open minded,
Mhm.
okay, and trust that you might see things and interpret it differently. Because, like I said, I can give you the basic information, but then I can also tell you what this potentially could be different, something different. Like the Seven of Wands, we know wands represent fire. Fire, when you look at fire signs and what they normally do, like passion, right? Creativity, energy. I say for me, the Seven of Wands could be energy. You put the
Mhm.
Seven of Wands like this, that's usually somebody standing up for themselves. If I say this, I can talk about Seven of Wands can mean boundaries, energetic protection, yada yada yada. This also talks about literally standing up against other people. But it's based if you know the basic information, then go
Mhm.
ahead and keep that in the back of your mind. But then follow your intuition on what that potentially could mean. Like with the major arcanas, again with the Wheel of Fortune, I can talk about big happy changes, or I could say this could be somebody winning a lottery.
Yeah.
If I feel like interpret, or somebody can be going to a casino. That's also how I can interpret the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like in the tarot community, some people are scared to be creative because they know that there are basic meanings and rules and traditions that they have to follow. It's a lot of old heads, and I don't want to talk about that, but
Right.
that kind of preaches that, and then you feel wrong. But again, it's about creativity when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune. So here's what I say: get the
Mhm.
book, read it. Don't hold on to it though. Let it give you the basic information about earth, water, air, and fire, the king and queens. Learn the king and queens and the major arcanas just to know the basic, but then go ahead and interpret it freely until your intuition. Because again, what I see and you see, we might have something different, but that doesn't make you wrong. It doesn't because it's just that brass. I noticed in some tarot books they like to say the four card put. You put this here, this can be the past. You put this here, you know what I mean, the current, and you
Mhm.
have to position them. That doesn't make me feel right. I don't like to read like that, or whatever. It does. It just doesn't for me as a reader, because it's still some sort of form of control. Again, I'm somebody just like to do this, whatever comes out. Okay, this is what the message is, and I'll stop pulling once it feel right. But then you have people like, oh no, you're supposed to put it this way, put it that way,
Mhm.
and
Right,
then
like
read the
their
message.
favorite. Yeah.
Right. Yes
Okay,
and
I like
no. It's what
it.
makes you feel comfortable, really.
Okay. Yes, be more free with it. And
Hmm.
I think I was talking to like my daughter or something. I was saying, I can't feel like I'm in a box with things. Like it have to be a certain way because I'll forget.
Hmm.
And then I'm like, oh, I'm doing it wrong.
Then
So
there's
then I'm
that anxiety,
yeah,
right?
I don't
And
like
now you're
that.
second guessing yourself,
Yeah,
and you're
exactly.
missing your whole message the entire time.
Right.
you
Exactly.
know, yeah,
All right,
it's
we got
nothing
a
wrong with it.
question.
Uh-huh.
Does tarot and hoodoo go hand in hand?
And hoodoo.
Yeah.
Um, Again, because the tarot verse, we call it the tarot universe or the tarot verse, can be very broad. I can say yes and no because I'm not from a hoodoo background
Mhm.
at all. I'm from a Christian, very strict background, and I just completely step into spirituality, and I'm doing it.
Right.
Like I said, you can get any message. Tarot cards, literally that they tell a story if you study them, the fool's journey, the hero's journey, our journeys, our path to walk through life. The minor arcanas mean our day-to-day energy, major arcana, the major changes. You can in any practice again because it's based off of your intuition, your spirituality. You can from any type of belief get a message from tarot because believe it or not, again, everything has meaning, right? Everything comes from something. They have different meanings. They are, in a way, I believe, is energetic gateways and doorways. Based on what your belief is, you are opening a doorway to that. You're creating that reality. So if you do hoodoo, why not? You can still read it. You can interpret it. Get your own message out of it. I remember having a conversation with my father. He's like, "Oh, well, reading tarot is against the Bible, yada yada yada." I said, "Well, you read the Bible to connect to God, to connect to them." I said, "I read tarot to get the same thing, to connect to my spirit guides, to get messages, the same
Mhm.
thing. What's wrong with what I'm doing?" Oh, that
Mhm.
devil card. They like to use the devil. I'm like, the devil card is not literally meaning the devil, but you understand you have different, not coming for anybody's spiritual path of belief, but Wiccans, right?
Mhm.
And you in a TV, when you see people using tarot cards and Ouija boards, there's this negative energy that's put behind it. So when people see the devil, they think you're conjuring demons. When the devil can talk about addictions,
Yeah,
fears, right? Shadow work, etc. So yeah, again, based on whatever walk of life you in, you can use it. If you do hoodoo, you can use tarot. There's no one could tell you can't, really.
exactly.
Um, Anybody can read the Bible and get a message. I just feel like it's ultimately you being in links with your source. I want to say your spiritual source of information. So you can use
Yeah.
hoodoo.
And honestly, I feel like hoodoo is just another form of spirituality. It's not
Yes, yeah.
necessarily a bad thing. Hoodoo has its certain things, and if the wrong people do it, then it could be negative. Just like voodoo, I feel
Exactly.
like anything.
Yes.
If you're
And
Christian and you
Santeria,
use
anything.
Christianity wrong, like you're not
Yes,
doing what you're
definitely.
supposed to be doing. So
Uh-huh.
it's just a name for a different type of spirituality, and I think
It
that's the
is.
thing that people are scared of because they don't know
Exactly.
what it is, so they put these labels on it, and then they're like,
And
"Oh, it's that,"
exactly.
and it's
You're right.
not.
It is exactly that. And then
Alright.
you're it's absolutely right when it comes to intentions too. And that's why I say
Exactly.
it. Even with reading
Intention is
tarot, it's all
everything.
about your
Yeah,
intentions or why are you doing it.
exactly.
You know, that was a
Alright.
good question.
So I am putting your website in here, and I'm gonna pin it for people so that, anyone who is coming in here late can go to your website and inquire about a reading. Or also you can go to her page, which is Selena Bone on Facebook. But I think you have Selena Celestially Divine. Is that your
Tarot,
YouTube
my YouTube.
name?
Hmm.
Okay, yes. All right. So I'm gonna get that name too, and I'm gonna put it in here for people so they can follow you on there. Um, all right. Does that answer your question, Tiffany? I'm putting it in here in the comment section for you.
What was the question?
Oh, she wanted to know about oh, sorry, I forgot the first part of the question. How long have you been reading? She just came in here. You're welcome.
2020. So 4 years,
For
coming on
you.
4 years.
Mhm.
Hmm. Naturally, and this is how I encourage people. I'm not somebody who's been studying it for years, but when people get readings from me, they're like, "Oh, you're a professional." I am just really in tune with myself, my divinity, my energy. Um, this is something I'm passionate about. Um, you do not have to be a guru, okay, to in order to step into this. Um, Again, it just I naturally caught on to it. It's good to know the basics just so you know what they mean, but their interpretation it should just be whatever. Okay, whatever. Don't feel like you have to literally because I get all types of messages. I am very intuitive and empathic. That's also one of my gifts. So when I'm reading people, I'm already an empath, so I can pick up their energy. Um, but then when I do a tarot card, just because I have the basic knowledge, like the cups, I know the basically they mean emotions. So I know I'm talking about something on the emotional front, relationships. But then the six cups can talk about the past. It can talk about reminiscing, old emotions coming up and things like that. But because I could be very creative with the six of cups, I could talk about. childhood as well, not just thinking about the past. Because it talks about younger. It could be communicating with your higher self, etc. Um, it's literally due to how you want to interpret it. So yeah, 2020.
I love that.
Hold on to it.
Hey, hey, goddess. All right. She said, thank you. I respect you being candid. I'm very interested in tarot and your energy seems sincere. It is.
You're
And it's very
welcome.
honest and open. I think that's what um a lot of people love about, the tarot readers that they do get. You have to have a certain energy and a certain respect for them. Because if not,
Hmm.
don't let them read you. You know,
Yeah.
don't just let these people who pop in your inbox
Uh-huh.
and be like, I felt the energy, but you don't even know me. How you feel my energy? Like, what are you talking about? You've never, please don't let these other readers.
Be- Fool you. Yeah, getting there
Yes.
scamming you.
Okay. Like,
Talking about, oh, you got blockages and you've been having
right.
blockages for X amount of years.
As soon as you add them, they happen in your inbox. Those are
Hmm.
not the readers you want. Okay. Um, I feel that real energy readers, real tarot readers, intuitive readers, and all those things, they can showcase what they do, but it's gonna be you coming to them because that's
Hmm.
how abundance works. That's how this
Hmm.
manifestation thing works. Like,
Alignment,
what is it?
everything.
I don't
Right.
chase, I attract. Right? Like they're gonna
Yeah.
attract who's supposed to be there for them. They're not gonna come running to you in your inbox and yelling in your comment section. Okay? Please don't
Yeah,
do it.
accent dark spirit.
Yeah.
Like I like to say, in general, before I do readings on my channel, I like to say practice discernment. Even
Mhm.
if when you're watching me, I say practice discernment because I am a channeler, right? You gotta understand there are also energetic exchanges, there are energetic
Mhm.
gateways with anybody you exchange energy with, especially tarot. That and then I will say that is a gateway that's opening to the spirit world. And if you don't know somebody's background, you are allowing them to sow seeds into your energy and then they could be like, and I'm just giving an example, people could be wicked, evil, bad
Mhm.
karma, people believe in dark stuff. And if you're letting them to feed you with information and you're accepting this is how you get karma or negative experiences. So I say practice discernment. It's safe to know somebody, it's safe to ask questions, but if something is not in alignment with you, even if there are a tarot reader or a spiritualist, if it's not in alignment, then it's not in alignment. You don't have to take it, you don't have to accept it, etc. Especially because the tarot is big, especially on YouTube. The community is big, but you never know who you're allowing to sow into you. So I say just use discernment. Because I could
Exactly.
say stuff people don't like. Necessarily.
Exactly. Oops. Okay, there we go. I was like, it's not working. All right. All right. What? Live. Oh, I don't. They always do that. Hey, welcome, y'all. Welcome. Make sure y'all are hearting and sharing this out, please. Please. It is an amazing discussion on tarot. And we got some good gems that were being dropped. So if you missed anything, you definitely want to make sure you go back and you catch the replay. Uh-uh. Get, get out. Covered in here burping. Crazy. All right. Well, does anyone else have any more questions? Anything else you would like to know? I did put her website down in the comment section, but let me know if you can see it, if you can click on it, if you want to go there, or you can um, DM her on Facebook, Salina Bone on Facebook. Oh yes, welcome, welcome. Yes, y'all make sure y'all catch the replay. If y'all don't catch the replay here on Facebook or YouTube, you're also able to catch the replay on Spotify as soon as I get it uploaded over there. So, we are going to make sure that all of these episodes get out so y'all can hear them and y'all don't have to miss anything. All right.
Mhm.
All right.
Yes,
Well, do you
ma'am.
have anything else you want to share?
Um, no, not really. Other than yeah, this is For those who are just joining, again, I am a channeler. I am gifted. I have my own spiritual gifts, but I choose to show them or use them through the devices of tarot and oracle. They're slightly a little different. My goal is to teach healing, empowerment, and clarity. So if you do get readings from me, I am going to be very personal with you and all in your business, but that's just it's an open space. I'm an open book myself. My readings are always super in depth, and that's literally what this is. It's just to teach encouragement, and enlightenment. Um, on my YouTube, I do generalized collective readings. I am starting to get into doing lives more. You can catch messages on there. I have my own website. You can message me for personal readings, etc. Um, that's pretty much it, really.
Awesome. Well,
That's
I
all I
appreciate
have.
you taking the time out of your Saturday evening, to come on here with me. I did enjoy this so much. And I wanted to say
Hmm.
this, like when we first got on here, I love
Hmm.
that drapery beside you with the sunflower. Girl,
Uh-huh.
I just been at that thing since we started, and I'm like, I just love that because I think I've seen it on
Hmm.
something before, and I was like, oh, it's so beautiful. I just been looking
Like
at
I said, I saw
it.
Amazon.
Yeah.
It reminds me of ocean.
Yeah, Amazon has everything.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, it's been like my focal point for so I could see you and like everything. Make sure I
Mhm.
be trying to line up my eyes with the camera so it never works, but that's like right in the area. So
Yeah.
all
Mhm.
right, y'all. Well, y'all heard it here. So we got lots of love for you too here in the comment section also. And lots of people
Yay.
are gonna be going ahead and catching the replay. All right, y'all. Well,
Okay.
if there's nothing
Well,
else, I
nice
don't know a
meeting
lot
you,
about tarot,
man.
y'all, so I can't say nothing.
We are our babies. Yes, especially with as long as I've been doing it and how short at the
Hmm.
same time, because there are people who've been doing it longer. It's still a lot that I learned from tarot.
Yeah,
Again, like I said earlier, tarot, you can even there's astrology in tarot, there's numerology in tarot, there's different energies you could pick up and read in tarot.
hmm,
Um, it's all based on your literally walk of life, your interpretation. It's so much to learn. So don't feel scared or feel wrong if you don't know. Again, there's no right or wrong way to read
yeah.
tarot. I want to make sure that is out there. There's no right or wrong way to
I
read
think I
it.
have like four or
It's
five decks now, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
I don't know, I don't know. Like, so
Just,
I love that you said
just how you feel.
you just do it how you do it because
Hmm.
that kind of makes it a little bit better. Like, all right, so I could just it don't matter how I put the spread down as
No,
long as the message
that
is
right there. No, because
out.
that's how that's just like it's like an old school versus like the new school or whatever.
Hmm.
But I get my best messages literally just by freestyling. That's how all my readings are done. And it's literally, I'm usually super accurate. But I don't feel right doing the past, future, present.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
it's
feel like
limiting.
that's
Because
the
what if my
most
spirit team want to
genuine.
throw something out? Hmm.
Exactly, I feel like that's the most genuine and authentic thing that you can do.
Hmm.
Not follow a certain spread, just be you.
Just go with it. Yeah.
Yes, there's
So,
always more to learn and grow from and into. You're right about that. You are right about
hmm.
that. They said thank you, and that's super
You're welcome,
cool.
boo. Hmm.
All right, y'all. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of Tarot Talk with Selena Bone. I had fun. Look, I'm gonna go
Check
out there
me out, y'all.
eventually.
I'm really silly, okay? And I want to know,
Yes,
y'all know that
yes.
I put personality in tarot. You don't have to be serious. If y'all watch my channel, I'm always trying to make somebody laugh, okay? Especially, I'm an empath, and a lot of it is I'll touch on like trauma. I bring up trauma. It's to heal. Y'all even catch me crying on my YouTube channel, but it's just that while it's a vulnerable space. I like to give guidance and clarity. Y'all can ask me any and everything. I like to joke and say, "Oh, I could be your tarot mama, or I could be your tarot big sister." So just check out my channel.
So, what's
Mhm.
your channel? Because I can't see the
So,
whole thing. I can see some of it.
so it's celestially
Uh-huh,
divine tarot.
uh-huh. Is
What did I
tarot
say?
a part of it or separate?
It's a part of it. It's
Okay.
conjoined. It's one
Okay.
big word.
Okay.
Uh
All
huh.
right. Just wanted to make sure. So, like, I don't know if you can see the comments, but is it like that?
No, I can't see the comments. Let me see.
Uh,
Comments. Yes, celestially divine
okay.
tarot. Yep, that's it.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So I did drop it down in the comment section for you, Andre. I think that's how you say your name. So it's down in the comments. That's her YouTube channel.
I read masculine energies. Don't
I'm
men, y'all can get into tarot too. Y'all shouldn't be afraid of it.
not
Okay,
gonna be
explore
scared
y'all
no more
feminine energy.
to go out there and I'm gonna do a few things on YouTube maybe just for
Go
myself.
ahead, seriously.
Look, we'll see.
Seriously. I encourage you. I do.
I'm gonna be like,
hmm
yeah, so this how it is, and this what it
hmm
means, and that's what I said it means.
Literally,
Nah.
see, I just go like the Three of Swords. We all know that
Mhm.
can be betrayal, heartbreak. To me, that could be an ex lover. Okay, if you could read it another way, this is how creative you can be. We know that's Three of Swords. To me, that could represent a
Yes,
heart, and I could be like, oh, if I intuitively get a message, and be like, oh, this could be somebody who had a heart attack. You know what I mean? That's also with the Three of Swords. Somebody who have
right.
with the Three of Swords energy, somebody who can have maybe a heart murmur or something like that. You know, it's your
Yeah,
creativity. I know what the general message means, right? It's just you have to go with it from there. Really,
just don't be scared. Just
no,
tap
don't be.
in.
It's all your intuition. You are the channeler. I promise you. You're the one opening the gateway. You're the one that's going to receive the message. So you just got to trust how you go.
Love it, love it. All right, y'all. Well, we'll catch you next week. I think it's on Thursday next week. I gotta see. Catch you next week on the next
Uh-huh.
episode of Spiritual Growth Podcast. I love y'all. This was
Uh-huh.
Salina Bone, and we had fun.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
All right.